Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my podcast. I forgot what number this was because I haven't done this in a while. The reason being my ring light broke, and then I got a smaller one and I just put it on my table. And now I'm with my Powerpuff Girls comforter. So today, I think the topic would be how is it like growing up in a girls' school? Because I think a lot of people knew that I went to a girls' school, which was SMK St. Teresa. A lot of people knew, but I never really shared details like the experience because I was in a girls' school from age 7 until 17. That was 10 years of my life. Uh, I don't know if this is going to be an interesting topic, but we'll start. Not only is it an old girls' school, it is also a mission school, which is a Catholic school. Uh, I remember the very first day that I had to come to school when I was in primary one. I was in one Mera, the first class. They divided us into three classes, Mera, Biru, Kuning. And for Mera, it's the people born from January until April, I think. And then for Biru, it's like the middle of the year, and then the kids born at the end of the year would be in Kuning. So my class was one Mera. Uh, the day I came, the very first day I came, I couldn't speak a single word of English because I was raised. Even though my mom's a Catholic teacher, I wasn't really raised in an environment where we spoke English. So as a kid, it was only Bidayu for me, and I knew Malay lah. I knew Malay. So it was so hard. Like we had to change classes, and then this girl wanted to borrow something from me, and I couldn't understand her because my English sucked ass, and everyone spoke English, and that was so scary for me. Uh, and then also in primary one and primary two, my parents put me in Mandarin language class, also in the same school. I had a trouble with that as well. Like the teacher, she retired a long time ago, but oh my god, she was so scary. Like I was the lowest scoring person because most of the students were already Chinese. They already knew Mandarin. So I didn't know shit, and I was always at the lowest of the Mandarin class, right? And then she would pull my ears if I get things wrong, like really become physical. And I couldn't bear it anymore. I was like 8 years old, and then I would skip the classes until my dad found out. And then I told them like the teacher was like pulling my ears and all. I don't remember their reaction, but they accepted that I didn't want to be in Mandarin class. But then again, if I were to turn back time, right, I would definitely want to endure that and just study it again because I would love to speak Mandarin fluently. I understand a bit because I've worked at a lot of bars and a lot of our customers are Chinese. But that's it. That's it. Uh, and then the whole primary school and high school, I experienced racism. I always talk about this because it still traumatizes me until today. So my mom's, she's Sri Lankan, right? Uh, but the reason why I was dark skinned wasn't because my mom was Sri Lankan. She's Sri Lankan Sinhalese, and she's also pale. She's more to the pale side. I was dark because I had jaundice when I was born. Yeah. When I was born, I had jaundice, really, really bad jaundice, and you need to be under those lights, right, to treat the jaundice lah. And I was there for 10 nights, so it darkened my skin until now. But I think I got paler after I graduated high school because I didn't spend much time under the sun anymore, but now I am. So yeah, there were a lot of racism, and my hair is naturally curly actually. If I shave it off, it's gonna grow really curly. I had curly hair, I had dark hair. The kids would be like, you look so different from others. Yeah, because I look foreign. Yeah, they would say I look foreign. And I don't remember much being in primary school except I was a really good student. I scored straight A's for UPSR. My KK marks were high. I was the pengurusi of the PBSM club. Uh, I played basketball. In primary school it was netball. And then, yeah, I never played netball. I only played basketball in high school. So primary school was just me rebelling most of the time, and then a lot of teachers actually were surprised that I got straight A's, and that's the end of high school. That's the end of primary school. Sorry. High school, however, was a bit more painful, I think. So I was in the first class because I was never the studiest type, you know? I just suddenly scored straight A's for UPSR, and my trial was like 3A, 1B, 1C, I think. No, 2A. 2A, 2C, 1D. I think so lah. Okay, and then I went to high school. That's when I think I started to have depressive thoughts because I feel like my parents put a lot of pressure on me to continue to be a good student, but I couldn't handle that. I was the last in the first class, so I dropped down to the second class out of the seven classes left. In high school, there were a lot of drama, and there were a lot of internalized misogyny, I think, among women. Like, they want to lift the standards the men have for us here. I mean, boys, we were in high school, so they were boys. And like, I had a lot of guy friends because I have two cousins that I am really close with. Like, we were close since birth. We would shower together as babies and everything. So I was close to them, and they were studying at the boys' school, which was opposite of us. So usually before school, I would hang out with my guy friends, and that triggered a lot of females. I mean, you know, my schoolmates. They'll be like, she loves boys' attention so much and everything. And I spoke about this on my interview on Instagram with the generations briefly, so you can watch that one. So yeah, they didn't like the fact that I was always hanging out with boys. And then I became a pengawas actually in Form 1. I became a school prefect, but I think the reason why they took me off the board was I got caught smoking, I think. Yeah. High school was, I don't know, it was a lot of changing circles, but shout out to Sharon, like my only best friend. If you're watching my podcast, I just mentioned you. I missed you. I know I haven't seen you in like 3-4 years, but I want to see you so bad, bro. I missed you. But I'm only comfortable with Sharon. Out of all the school mates I've ever met, Sharon was the only one who stayed for 5 years. It's been how many years since I think we've been friends for 8 to 10 years, about that time lah. But she's a long time friend. So yeah, I would agree that there's a lot of drama in girls' school, but girls' school will always be the best when it comes to comfort because you're so comfortable around other females. You get a period, you ask the whole fucking school for the pet, also you wouldn't feel embarrassed. I'm very sure. So yeah, I didn't want to make the podcast over 10 minutes. I just wanted to come back and update you guys on shit. I'm doing okay. I just shared like my experience in high school, and it wasn't that great with all the dramas happening and with all the unnecessary hatred against me, which I don't understand until now. But a lot of my bullies, not bullies, are haters. A lot of my haters now are my friends because I don't know why they love me now, and I think I've grown to become a better person, and I'm proud of myself for that. And yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you so much for coming back to my podcast. I'm sorry I haven't uploaded in a long time, but I still appreciate you guys a lot. And thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel as well. I just checked, it's almost 50 subscribers, which is a lot to me. It means a lot to me. So have a great night, good night, and sleep tight.